Hello everybody. It's a little bit late. It's gonna be dark very soon. I just wanted to take time to do a small live about the mood of the, not the day, but of the time of these last days. A lot of things comes to my mind, and something came really clear and very strong these days. I was not at all looking for it, and it came like that. That in fact, we know all that we are in a time of big changes. But last day it was like I was seeing even more of the importance of this change. It's even, I think we will see in some decades, if we are still here, that this time we are living is really a turning point, but not only for us individually or in our countries, but also at the level of the universe. It was like, to schematize, I speak often about these antagonist forces that are at work and they take this shape in our material world. I could call these forces like the archetypes as Eros, that is about desire, creation, and beauty, and Thanatos, that is about destruction and going really deep underground to rebuild better. And these two forces, antagonist forces, are at work together. And we can see the shape they take, the form they take in our lives, in our countries, especially with the political parties. A lot of people still don't understand that it's not a question of being from the right or the left, but that these labels are in fact connected to these antagonist forces that are in a way complementary. They are playing a game together, and it's what is in a way necessary for humans to wake up and to realize what is going on. And these days it's non-stop that we have things coming at the surface, because we cannot, the change that is operating now, it's beyond us. I was seeing, it's difficult to put words on that, but I see the game in between these two forces, and it's duality, it's complementary, and they play a game together to make evolve the collective. But these forces are also in work in each of us. When we go through struggles, when we put ourselves sometimes in difficult situations, it's because we have to have the experience as it is to open our consciousness, to step back, observe what our action has provoked, and eventually, when it's coming back another time, to act differently, meaning that for me there is no mistakes. It's just that when the circumstances gonna represent again similar, having in mind the last experience we had and how things evolved, we have the choice to create another way to respond to the circumstances. It's up to us. What is going on right now in the world? And for me, I go beyond the world. It's in the solar system, and it's we are like Russian dolls, like hologram, one in one. They don't look all together the same, and we are, each of us as human, like a blood cell of a big organism, and we are working all together, and we have to be different as well. There are the blood cells, there are the muscle cells, there are all these different cells that are the white, the red, and all the viruses that we have inside our body and the bacteria, and all this is working together. It creates a balance because of these forces. Some going to be under the forces that going to bring down of destruction to be able to rebuild. It's what happens in our body all the time. Cells are dying every day and other cells are regenerating and growing. So this is this game of these antagonist forces that is at work inside of us. So more we are aware of that, and less we are under the fear of something is wrong, because when we are aware of this game, we know that everything is in perfect order and that it's necessary to have this force of destruction, to have this force to rebuild better. Is what the body does with the natural healing process, you know. I had an experience recently. My dear friend Akima from Saudi Arabia came to visit 3 days, and we had so much to share that I spoke almost for 3 days non-stop. When she left, I felt I was losing my voice, and I had a little bit of sore throat on the right side. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do my part. So I took my gargle of sea salt water with Celtic salt, you know, the sel de Guérande in France, with some hot water, and you put that in the throat with the intention of the salt to drain. And the first thing important is to don't be scared, and to especially don't say, oh no, I'm sick. No. But go beyond that. Accompany that. You have to go with it. And so I was doing this process. I took propolis, I took, the oregano oil in honey and everything I could to make it, like grapefruit juice with some water and honey or lemon. And I've been in that. And I was very tired. So I thought, okay, maybe I have to go to bed. But in another way, I started project here around that I'm excited, and especially the one in the shed, one of the shed that I really want to go, like my small workshop, to work on my project, art project. So I say, okay, I'm going to go. And also the wood I wanted to cut from this dead tree, and I started to put all the branches together, and I wanted to cut the wood. So I received a small electric saw. So I say, okay, instead of going to bed, you're going to take all this and you're going to push a little bit yourself. I been like, and this was end of the afternoon, like this time of the day when it's almost night. And I stay like 2 hours. It was night when I decided to stop for that day. I went back home and I had no more pain. So I was like, this is interesting. But also what I have to tell, when I was doing all these things, came to my mind that some weeks ago, when I was doing the gua sha, with the stone, like scraping the face and the skin with the stone and the oil, I felt I had a tension on that right side under. Like not a bump, but something, that I could feel it. And I was thinking of that. I say, oh, maybe the fact that I spoke like that for 3 days, almost nonstop, one night where I slept only 4 hours, we were so excited to be together. Maybe this activated that part of my neck, because I never speak. I'm alone, so I never speak unless I have a FaceTime, but I'm not speaking, or with baby Oscar, but I don't speak so much, so I don't stimulate that part of my body. And I was thinking maybe the fact that because I was cutting the wood and thinking, oh, it's so true, I had a kind of pain there, so maybe it's that. And after the evening, it was like clear, no, I have no more pain. And I think it was exact circumstances who could, for some people, maybe feel, oh, it's a bummer, now I have that and that and that, or starting to be scared, I have a tumor, or I have something at the thyroid, or I have... No, I was not in that mindset. And you know, if you follow me, I'm not in this mindset. I'm always like looking the hidden side of things, because I know with experience since 67 years, someone asking me how old I am, and I will be 67 soon, the 21st of December. And from 67 years, I observe that every time something happened in my body, it's always been for healing and a better way to be in my body. And this was the proof. So this was quite, I cannot say instantaneous, but from the morning I had pain to swallow, taking care of myself with this consciousness, taking it, going with it, doing what I could on the physical, material level to help my body. I had also, and it was Thanksgiving Day, so I don't had a big feast. I just have bone broth and some fruits and tea. All that day I had that. So it was lighter on my body, and I realized that it really is totally the little thing I had since several weeks there. So I said, okay, I have to tell this story, because this is the thing. How can you embrace what is coming? But in also taking care of it. I don't say, oh, just be like that. No. You have really to put everything in order for your body to heal, to help your body to heal. And consciousness mindset is the most important thing. So I was in all these reflections, and I was amazed. I was so happy this evening. I had no more pain, and I was like, wow, it's fantastic. And I'm sure now it's related to the fact that I activated that part while speaking. So I was in all these things, and I am working on the land around, and I feel the land is like happy. The land is like happy to have me here and taking care of him. And it's not my property. I'm renting. But I don't care. I don't do things because it's mine. I do things because I do what I feel. I feel the land don't even need it, but I feel more in balance when I clear things around. And I think this is also working, clearing things inside of me, like cutting the wood of this dead tree. When I had this condition, some people would go in bed and stay in bed. I had this, in fact, cutting that dead tree, organizing all that, organize also thing inside, nice inside of me. So it's really, really interesting, because it's a very simple process, but it passed by feeling, and our body is a tool to feel. We cannot feel. We came in a human body with the senses, and it's exactly the tool we need to feel what is going on and how we're going to respond to that. So I was in all these reflections, and I was outside working on the wood, on organizing, on clearing the shed, and I advanced very well. I'm very happy putting shelving and organizing things inside, and also on another project that I have with my photographs. And I was in that, and suddenly it was like being so in that, in the moment after moment after moment. The reflection I had about this big change at the collective level that we initiated, we initiated that at the unconscious collective. We created the situation we are to evolve spiritually. But it's unconscious. Some people are aware of it. Some people connect the dot and see how everything is connected. Everything, there is an action and a reaction, and what this brings, So I was in this, and suddenly it was like I was something expanding and having a bigger picture, and seeing, yes, if everybody is changing the mindset, if everybody is starting to see beyond the appearance and to look for hidden things back of what is seen, is shown, if everybody does that, the collective consciousness is going to change. If everybody is not anymore unaware of these antagonist forces that are working together and detecting them in this, or this side, or this side, or in this thing. When everybody is making that, more and more people are making that, are aware of that, less this game is possible. We observe it, we don't feed it, we don't give credit to it. So it's less and less energy that goes on one side or the other side, and this is going to help by the consciousness of the collective to balance that and to bring that to another kind of game that will not be the same game of these antagonist forces. Maybe you're going to wonder what she's speaking about. It's very difficult to express that with words because this comes from the invisible side of things. It's very difficult to give words to what is coming from the spiritual realm. So for me, it was like clear that at a moment I saw this so clearly. I don't know when. It will not be in 1 year or 10 years. It can be on a long time, but at the level of humanity, it will be very short. But it didn't make sense with the Aquarius era. It is about the collective and bringing all our differences to make a different world together, to have a different process to be related. And we have to go in extreme, far from that, to be able to, like a pendulum, to go back to the other pole and to find a balance in the center. So not only things going to change for us human when we have this perception and this mindset and this way to see the world, but the fact that human as being part of this big organism that is the planet gonna change, and more and more and more with this consciousness, the game will not be possible anymore. And not only it will change at the level of humans, of countries, of the planet, but also of the universe itself, because we are all like hologram, intricated one in each other and acting. When one is acting, the other one are feeling the other levels. We are multidimensional being. So if we have this in mind, and if we trust the process, natural process that we are moved by, because we are part of nature, like nature around, and we are made from this ground, we are made from this planet, and we are maintained alive by what we breathe and what the water, by the elements. And we can connect with these elements. Is what the natives here were doing very well. It's what the people who came here to invade this country missed. They missed that part. They killed that part. And this is the most important part. And no matter what happens, nature will take back her rights. So I'm very confident in the process. But for that, we have to don't be scared of the change. And now we are in a time that is very disturbing. I feel it's sometimes very heavy. Sometimes I'm already isolated, but sometimes I want even to be more isolated, like in a cave in deep forest in mountain in Corsica or somewhere. And because it's heavy. It's, every changes are not easy to make, and we can experiment this in our daily lives. When in the situation we are living, we go through losing someone that is dear, or a divorce, or a sickness, and it's very difficult. And we have to face this. It's human condition. And we came for that, to live these experiences with these senses, with these experiences, as painful or beautiful they can be. So it's really very, very interesting process. Tomorrow, I'm going to have a live with Aura Nadrich, who wrote, where her last book has been published some days ago. and we're going to speak about it. And I think it's a very, I've not read all of it, but we speak a lot with Aura, so I know what is more or less in the book. But it's great to read it. I read half of it. I just got it 2 days ago. And it's a very amazing, intense resume of what is going on. And for the one who are missing some part of the actual situation, I think it's a very good thing to read, because she did so much research and she connect all this together. Very, very interesting. So tomorrow we're going to have a live at 2:30 time in California, in Pacific Coast time, 2:30 in the afternoon. Voila, is what I wanted to tell you, and I wish you to enjoy your evening or your day, and at very soon tomorrow. Bye. I'm checking if I have some question. I see something. People go raise children stills in Pera. I don't understand what does this mean. Send me a message, please, with some post, and I can repost and speak about it. I'm checking. It's almost night here. It's a pity we cannot have the comment or everything when we close the chat. When I close the video, I cannot see your comment anymore. And or the questions. Please don't speak about what you don't know. Some people are so stupid. They speak about what they don't know. Okay, so I wish you a very good night, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.